Hi friends, today I have 2 DIYs for you that are so simple, anyone can do it. And when I say that, I'm meaning I can do it, because this is still something that I am learning. But I'm very excited to show them to you, so let's go. Hi, I'm Lisa Marie, and welcome to my channel, Living My Best Life. I love to do videos on interesting topics, DIY, crafts, quizzes, anything. We can live our best life doing whatever makes us happy. I hope you'll join me. DIY number 1 is really more of an upcycle. My mom had a very plain wooden frame. You don't see me painting it, but I used my metallic rose gold paint by Folklore to paint the outside of the frame, and then I covered it with a little bit of polyurethane that was a quick dry version. The next thing that I decided to do was dress it up a bit. I added some greenery, and this greenery I believe I got at Dollar Tree. I did get some other greenery at Walmart, but I'm pretty sure this one did come from the Dollar Tree. And then of course my jute. What I did here was I created 2 little pieces that I cut off the stems of the picks, and I added them to the top left corner and the bottom right corner with my hot glue. And you can position these any way that you want. I just kind of wanted it to be a little accent on the opposite corners there. My mom doesn't have any plants in her house because she's afraid that she'll kill them. So I figured this would add some greenery without having anything that she has to take care of or worry about killing or whatever. Then I took some of my jute and I wrapped it around 3 of my fingers about 20 times, and then I cut each of the ends, and then I tied a little bit of jute around the middle to make the flowers. They ended up being a couple inches long after I trimmed them. I put one in the middle of each of the greenery corners. I know there's so many ways to make these flowers. I really don't know all of them yet, but this one I just kind of came up with and I thought it would be really easy. So then I stretched the jute around to kind of make it more circular, and I had trimmed them so they wouldn't overpower the frame. And then I thought I should put something in the middle of the flower, so I got 2 of my beads, and I had ordered the beads off Amazon because you get 1,000 for a really good price versus the little bag from the Dollar Tree. And those are colored, so you have to paint them, and these come just plain wood, so you can make them anything you want. My mom uses teal in her house, so I went ahead and I painted the centers of the flowers teal to kind of match her decor. And I'm just using the end of a little foam brush that was pretty worn out, but there was still a little portion of it that was usable. So rather than throw it away, I went ahead and I just tore it off, and I used that to paint those little beads. And then I added that rose gold just to the very center, and I used a little bead of hot glue to make a little center, and there it is. It came out really cute. Let me know in the comments what you think, and if you think you could do this yourself. The next DIY is a little coffee bar sign that I wanted to make for our coffee bar area. Now, I didn't remember to film the first part. I kind of got excited and creative and forgot to turn the camera on, so I'll walk you through it. I used the tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree and also some of the large popsicle sticks to make this. I've been using the natural wood tumbling tower blocks for projects, but leaving the painted ones, so I thought maybe I'll use them in this project because I can paint over them. I used my hot glue to put 9 of the tumbling tower blocks together in stacks of 3. I repeated this to make all 4 sides and glued them all together. And then I created a square, and you can see that 2 sides that are opposing each other fit inside of the other 2 in order to make the finished box. On what would be the top side, I took 4 of the large popsicle sticks and just framed around so that there would be nothing showing of the tumbling tower blocks. And of course I cut off the rounded ends of the popsicle sticks for every single one that I did use. I used 9 of the large popsicle sticks then, and I attached them to the very top. As you can, this is from the underneath view, but I did that all the way across to create the front of my sign, and I used my hot glue gun to do that. Once all of the popsicle sticks were attached and everything looked the way I wanted it, I took my Waverly Antique wax and I went ahead and stained the top and then rubbed off the excess with a paper towel. I then painted the tumbling tower blocks with the folk art chalk paint in the color Cascade, and I just did the outside and the very bottom. I took some of my nautical rope and I just hot glued it around the very top outside edges just to give it a little extra trim. And here's another view so that you can see it from a different angle. And at this point we are caught up to where I did film what I was doing. I was looking for a cute little saying having to do with coffee that was pretty short, and I found all kinds of things. Then all of a sudden I got this idea I could do something really different, and so I got my stencils out and my square ruler, which I now know what it's called. Thank you, Alan from Alan's music channel. And I am now trying to figure out a way to measure this to find out the center. I was watching a crafter's channel and I wish I could remember which one it was. I apologize that I don't. She shared this trick. If you're measuring something and it's not an even number, you can tilt your ruler until you get to an even number on the edge and then mark it right in the middle there, and you will find your center. And it really worked. So there you go. I did spend some extra time trying to calculate where I actually wanted to put the letters once I had my center. And part of it was I needed to figure out the height of the letters and where everything would fall in the midst of it. And afterwards, it also occurred to me I could have probably done a diagonal measurement and gotten the center that way. But hey, there's more than one option. Once I found the exact spot where I wanted to put my letters, I taped a straight edge to it as a guide so that I would be able to line them up. And I got my stencil out and I used a little dabber and a very small amount of the white chalk paint by Folklore. And I went ahead and I started spelling the word coffee. Now I need to tell you guys, I am terrible at stenciling. I taped down the letters, I cut them out, and they still bled, which means I had to go in and do touch-ups. And maybe it's because they were small, but I just don't do well at stenciling. I'm going to have to look into some good stickers or vinyl, because this is just a pain. It took me forever to get them right. Once I did get the letters on, I took a little art brush and I connected any of the open spots on the letters because I didn't want them to look as much like stencils, so I filled those in. And when I did that, I overpainted, so then I had to go back with the Waverly wax in antique, and this went back and forth for I don't know how long, and I'm not going to show you all of it because it just took forever. I finally got to a place where I decided it was good enough. I mean, it is homemade, so it didn't have to be perfect, and I let it go. And this is the part that I made up, which was the hashtag coffee. Even though I'd looked for so many sayings, I had never seen this, and I thought, oh, how cute and how hip would that be? And then I thought, look at me, I'm almost 59 this month, and I'm being relevant. In order to balance the words across the middle, I added a heart with my stencil at the other end, and that just really, for me, completed that part. I cut a few pieces off of that same greenery that I used for the picture frame project so that I could add a little more flair to this and it wouldn't be quite as plain. And I did similar kind of a design with the greenery in the corner, but then I didn't want to do flowers, so I just wrapped the two pieces in each corner together around where the stems met with my jute, and then I attached that with my hot glue gun right to the picture on the opposing corners. And I really thought it came out cute. I'd love to know what you think and how you would have done this, if you would have done anything different, or if you have any other ideas, that would be fun. So let me know in the comments. Now, wouldn't you know that I completely forgot to put Mod Podge over the top to kind of seal the paint, and I'd already put the greenery on, so I got my Mod Podge out and a little foam brush, and I just worked around everything. And you know what? It worked out, but silly me, I completely forgot to do that step. So note to self for the next time, get the Mod Podge on before you add anything extra to the top. It's always good to keep learning and keep an open mind because things happen and you just have to adjust. And here is the finished sign. I am so happy with how it came out. No, it's not perfect, but it's so cute. And it looks so good by our coffee bar. And here's just another view so you can kind of see the outside where I painted it. And those are the dog treats sitting there on the counter with it. But anyway, I just really love how it turned out. Let me know what you think in the comments. And here's one last look at both of the projects again. Now that coffee sign's going to go right there on my coffee bar, and the picture is going to my mom's house to go in one of her bookshelves. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I had so much fun making them, and I look forward to doing more. If you think anyone else you know would like these kind of projects, be sure to share this video. And of course, if you enjoyed it, smash that like button. And if you're not already subscribed, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of my future videos. Swillard, to be triggered to an overly excessive point while losing any type of rational thought and self-control. Sounds like me if I see a snake. Well, now you know, and you can be part of the conversation. See you next time. Bye.